Hey everyone, how are we doing? What are we drinking? How are we doing? How's everybody's week been? Hey Diane, how you doing? Hey Malamir, it's lovely to see you. How you doing today? Um, I'm having quite a productive week day today myself, I have to say. Um, been kind of doing bits and bobs. In fact, bear with me. And I will send something. Sorry, just going rogue here. Um, where are you? I've got that many tabs open here. We don't need that. I need to try and not close StreamYard down, otherwise that would be a disaster. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, I don't want that. Right. You have my undivided attention for at least the next 30 seconds until something else catches my attention, at which time we'll see. Malware says, I've mostly been stuck lying down today, but I did manage to sit up for a bit, so I pulled some cards and played with Gabriel. How are Gabriel and Goliath? Are they doing okay? And how's the lovely Corey? Tell him I was asking for him. I still need to get back to you actually, Malamir, don't I? In fact, I have just sent you a message, but let me check. Yeah, you've asked me a question and I've not responded. I did, in my head, I responded. Um, Essentially, what I was going to say is, so Sandy plays, he goes into town and plays a kind of a trading card game, usually between about 12 and 3-ish on Saturday afternoons. Then again, actually, I'm just realising that's not much good for you because that's like between 8 and 11 Saturday morning for you. But yeah, I know we've been trying to I know we've been trying to put some time in the diary. I'll have a think and get back to you. Just for a wee catch up. Deanna's catching up on water. I've got my decaf tea here. I'm going to drink it just now. Do you know what it is that deters me from drinking tea whilst I'm talking to you and whilst I'm live? It's the blooming microphone. I'm going to move this slightly away from my face because I've noticed, see, when I'm doing pre-recorded videos, see when the microphone's that close to my face, I feel as though the audio is dead, like crackly, like I don't think it's supposed to be that close to my face. But yeah, like see, to drink my tea, I've kind of got to, like, I'm either bumping into it or I've got to like move the microphone out the way like this. And it's just a pest. Like, who can be bothered with the commitment of having to move the microphone every time they want to take a sip of tea? Um, 8 a.m. Saturday. Right, okay, okay. Um, so I think we are 4 hours apart until next weekend. So this Saturday and next Saturday, um, we're 4 hours apart. So my 12 is your 8. Now I take him into town, and I usually leave town at about 12-ish. So I'm usually back in the house, give the dogs a wee walk. So I'm usually free about 1, which is either your 9 if we're 4 hours apart, or it's your 8 if we're 5 hours apart, which I think we normally are, aren't we, Malamir? Your Eastern's time. Um, have your clocks gone forward, Malamir? Because this is probably a conversation for what that everyone else doesn't need to listen to. And it probably doesn't help that I'm firing about a million questions at you at the one time. So apologies. I'm just getting a wee bit, don't know. We are currently 4 hours apart. Right, okay. Let's um let's do something then. Let me say hi to the other lovely people that are here. I've got John is here. He says hi everyone. Hi John, how you doing? Karen is here, and I've got the lovely Hershey is here as well. Um, Blessings and positive vibes to everyone. Um, so Gabriel and Goliath are great. Corey is doing great as well. I'll tell him you say hi. Thank you. Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen. Can only stay for a bit, heading out for drinks with friends soon. Very nice. I'm jealous. I wish I was on something more than just tea. But alas, I'm not because I'm up early to do the food shopping tomorrow. Saskia's here. Hi, Saskia. How are you? Lovely to see you all here. So many nice people. Um, yeah, what did I have to chat to you? So, speaking of drinks, I was out on Friday evening last week, and I went to there's an event, a kind of a regular event here. It's called Glasgow Witchy Bazaar. I follow it on Instagram. Check out it on Instagram. Glasgow Witchy Bazaar, Bazaar. Um, and they put on like kind of a like witchy fair type things every couple of months. But the one I was at last Friday, it was the first time they'd done a kind of a later on in the evening one. It's called Glasgow Witch Bazaar After Dark, and there were oh, it was so good. Like I've been dying to tell you about it. So there were workshops. First of all, there was two workshops that were on that they put on that I went to. So the first one was by a lady called Emmy, and I've actually got her on Instagram as well. Her Instagram name is Medusa. I want to say Medusa Writes, but in fact, I've just seen it pop up there. Medusa Writes GLA, GLA short for Glasgow. So Medusa and then Writes WRITES and GLA. In fact, why don't I just go in and post a blooming link to her Insta? How about that? And why don't I do that with Glasgow Witchy Bazaar as well? Um, let's see. Mel B is here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the Elemental. Mel's Blessed. Mel B, were you a Spice Girl? Um, that's the girl that was doing um, the workshop on essentially manifestation. Um, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I say that as someone who doesn't deal like that's not something that a direction that I've really gone in before. It's not really something that I've looked at much into, like the idea of manifesting and all that. Um, but Amy is a human biologist, so Amy was previously a teacher and comes from a scientific human biology background. Very much a scientific minded person, and I just absolutely loved her charisma, and her just the kind of the energy that she brought to our workshop. I thought she was great. I thought she was a lovely person. She swears like a trooper, which you know me, that's right up my street. Um, yeah. So and she kind of really helped me out with some stuff as well. I was brave and I spoke up. I was the only guy there, let me say. I was brave and I spoke. Um, and the second workshop was on it was working with your divine feminine. Um, Wait, let me get you the Insta for Glasgow Witchy Bazaar before I forget, before it goes right out of my head. There we go. There's the homepage. And there we are. Okay, so if you're on Instagram, then follow both these people um, and check out their stories and uh, just look at their pages. They're really cool. No, I'm an earth angel. I do all types of readings, but I love to watch too. Right, okay. Um, Let me know how it works for you. Been trying different manifesting ones. So what I'll say, what from what I remember of Emmy's presentation, so Emmy doesn't work so much with the law of attraction. She says that that basically requires you to be vibrating at all sorts of different frequencies and just doesn't it didn't really work for her to kind of have to raise herself and lower herself and be all over the place like that. Amy works with something called the law of assumption. I'm not going to try and present her presentation to you because, well, I shouldn't do that, but also I wouldn't do it justice even if I tried. But check it out, the law of assumption. And yeah, it talks about the idea of like the multiverse and there being lots of different um versions of reality and stuff. And yeah, really cool, really interesting. Um, I also there was stalls, there was different stalls there that were selling different things, and I so one of the stalls was being run by Catherine Blackwater, who is the creator of this tarot deck, the Catherine Blackwater Tarot. Has anyone seen this? First of all, does anyone recognise this tarot deck? Um, it's an indie deck, and I was so excited about getting to buy a creator's deck in person from the creator themselves. Like, I think that's the first, like, you can see the tarot decks on my shelves right now. And I think that is the first time that I've ever been able to, like, had the opportunity to do that. So I was like a kid at Christmas, and I got her to sign it for me. You can kind of see in the corner here. Uh, she signed it for me, and she was kind of like, "Oh, that's the first time anyone's ever asked me to do that." Um, but I'll, I'm going to do like a proper walkthrough of this deck and share it and stuff. But let me quickly just show you some of the cards in it, just to give you a wee flavour. Okay, we're a wee bit zoomed out. It's a bit unnecessary. So it's a black and white deck. It's very feminine, centered, very sex positive. It is a stunning, beautiful deck. Uh, Clearly a very talented artist. These are the backs. I'm obsessed with the backs. The backs are stunning. Um, So let me show you. Well, let's see what cards do we like to see. We like to see the death card, don't we? Reverse, reverse. Oh yeah, that was on the screen before. It's death card, the devil card. Let's see. Moon in the sun. I'll show you some minors. So you could say it's, I suppose, right away it's math inspired, but definitely goes on our own direction with it. Let's see, we've got our swords suit. at that for the Three of Swords. Oops. 10. See what we've got next. Some Wands cards for and see some cups. That's our Two of Cups. Oh yeah, the Court's Daughter, Sister, Priestess, and Goddess. Um, I don't think she's changed the majors though. Yeah, so we still have Emperor and the Hierophant. But yeah, stunning deck, really nice quality. It was important to Catherine to make it like environmentally friendly. So the cardstock is beautiful. It's a nice thick chunky deck. You can see it's got this beautiful back black edging. Um, and it is like a nice durable good cardstock. I've not tried to riffle shuffle it yet because I don't want it going out of order, but let's just see. Oh, it's actually really like, despite it being quite a chunky deck, it's quite pliable, so you can get a nice. Oh, that's a sexy riffle shuffle right there. But we're not going to do that because we're not going to mix the deck up because your boy can't be bothered putting it back in order afterwards. So yeah, and we have these kind of a three cards with like keywords and information on them, rather than like a guidebook or anything, which is that's fair for most of us. That'll suffice. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to share that with you properly. But I was really like I was over the moon to be able to buy it from her in person. Um, oh, that's got a bit funny, hasn't it? Anyway, back to me. I know that some people popped in, so let me just go down the comments and say hi to folks. So that was about the manifesting. That was me sharing stuff. I've heard of it. Need to look more into it, says Karen. Malamir. Oh, that was that the law of assumption. Um, I've not heard of it, says Malamir. Simon's here. Hi, Simon. How are you doing? Um, let's see. Oh, Patchwork Tarot, Jennifer. Says lovely images and those backings are amazing. Hi Jennifer, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you for being here. Um, love black and white decks, says Karen. Oh, Shibari cards. I like this deck, though I generally don't like black and white cards. What do you mean Shibari cards, Kristen? What is it called? Sorry, I stepped away. It is called the Catherine Blackwater Tarot, and Catherine Blackwater is the name of the creator. Or does she prefer creatrix? Not sure. On the back it says, a tarot deck of powerful feminist sex-positive witches designed by Catherine Blackwater. In this deck you'll find 78 tarot cards and 3 reference cards to guide you through your readings. Let this deck empower you to know your strength and work your wild magic. And the box is quite nicely designed as well. So we've got the 4 suits on the sides. That's what I've just read out to you. And that's the front. And like, I just think she's done such an amazing job with this. And I'm not just saying that because she's Scottish, but she's Scottish. She's from Edinburgh. Saskia really likes it. Have you ever decided or thought about designing your own tarot cards? I've thought about it. I've actually got an idea in my head of a deck that I would like to design. And I think that it's actually quite a unique idea. I shouldn't say that because that's like being such a tease. Um, but I'm kind of a like getting into painting and stuff myself, but I don't think that I'm experienced or talented enough, or at least not yet, to be able to do what I want to do, to put my vision into actual bring it into reality the way that I want it to be. Um, so it's something that I've thought about, and it's something that might happen at some point, but it's not something that's happening right now. Let me put it like that. Um, well, thanks, Saskia. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? Shibari is Japanese rope bondage. Ah, it's an art form. Right, okay, I didn't know that. Nice. Um, so yeah, that takes me to something else that I want to share with you, and this is something I'm really excited about. I've kind of shared it already. It's not been a secret. I've talked about it in some lives and stuff. But so the um, Glasgow Witchy Bazaar, the thing I shared earlier, um, I have I'm going to be one of their tarot readers at their next event next month. So I'm going to be reading. It's on the 14th of April. It is between 12 and 4, and I'm going to be doing tarot readings. Um, I've never, so I've read for people in person, like family and friends. I've obviously read for all different people, like online on the YouTubes. I've done private readings on Zoom and stuff, but I've never done in person like readings like this for strangers. Like provided it as a service. So I'm beyond excited, but I'm also really nervous about it. I've got a while to go before there's a good few weeks to go before it's happening, but um yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, that's kind of a and look who it is, uh just as I'm talking about the bazaar. Um this is the lovely Marion K Tarot. So at the Glasgow Witch Bazaar after dark that I was just telling you about, just to tie up everything, I got an amazing tarot reading from this amazing lady, Marion Kay. Um, if you don't already, then please follow her. Again, I'm going to link her Instagram. Um, I can't do two things at once. Bear with. Let's get Marion's Instagram up in front of me. Talk amongst yourselves. There you go. There you are. Uh, right. So this is Marion's Instagram. Please follow her. Marion is, as you'll see from her Insta, she is an amazingly fantastic, accomplished tarot reader. Um, she's a speaker as well. She's done events with like the likes of Chris. Hang on, Quantum Tarot Chris Butler. Um, I'm sure. Is there not an event coming up in Manchester where you're there with like Camellia Elias and other such folk? Marion says she's nearly blushing. I bet you're not. So anyway, yeah. To tie everything together, Marion gave me an amazing tarot reading with the Catherine Blackwater deck. Um, so yeah, uh, absolutely fantastic. She gave me the kick up the arse that I was needing, didn't you, Marion? Um, And yeah, I had a fantastic, fantastic time. I was just telling everyone about the After Dark, Marion. So, um, Tammy Pie's here as well. Hi, Tammy Pie. Um, yeah. Oh, thank you for everyone's support. I appreciate it. Um, already follower says Kristen. Subscribe to Marion's channel too. Jennifer has followed. Um, you're at right, yeah, you're at it in July. Brilliant. Um, and Malamia, I've just followed you from my Chakra Healing Tarot account, Marion. Excellent. I think I'm doing a talk at the next one, possibly tarot and after dark activities. Oh, after dark. Do you want do you want to know something actually? So, um, you'll probably have seen this, Marion, because you'll have been keeping up with Joe's Insta. Um, but you know how she kept saying like that it's going to be an intimate event. She kept using that word intimate, and there was a part of me that was what, like, what's actually going to be going on here? Like, is everyone going to be keeping their clothes on? Because if not, I'm not sure if I've signed up for the right thing for me. Um, I was starting to get a wee bit worried, and the other thing is like it because one of the workshops was all about divine feminine, and when I was looking at that, um, oh gosh, I forget her name, but when I was looking her up, she's like a kind of a works with like pregnancy, the womb, endometriosis, and all this kind of a thing. An amazing person. But I was like, I hope I've not like signed up to go to some like naked ladies event. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, so I messaged Joe and I was like, I'm just wondering, am I okay going to this? Are there like other cis guys going? Like we're all good, yeah? And she was like, "Ah, of course you are. Like everyone's got a divine feminine. Don't be daft." But I was a wee bit like, intimate. It's going to be intimate. Anyway, Kristen's got to go. Thanks for being here, Kristen. It's been lovely having you. Um, you told her the same thing about using that word, right? Good. So it wasn't just me. Um, yeah, I'm an overthinker, which was the first thing that Marion said to me in my reading, by the way. I need to stop overthinking everything. Um, but yeah, I'm an overthinker, and if there's something that can possibly be overthought, I will overthink it. So yeah, so that is the excitement that's coming up. Um, I'm just looking at my wee list here that I've made. So I've got the next instalment of the Total Tarot decks to share with you. We can have a quick thumb through that and you can see what you think. I don't actually think that I've opened it yet. Oh no, I have. Oh, okay. I don't remember doing that, but there you go. Um, I also want to recommend a book. Simon, I've already told you about this, so um, apologies for repeating the same information. But so Charlie Claire Burgess or Burgess, I'm sure it is. They have written a book to go with their tarot deck, the Fifth Spirit Tarot. And the book is called Radical Tarot. Has anyone heard of it or read it? It was actually, I think I knew there was a separate book, but I hadn't looked that much into it. And then um, it was Elaine, when I went to see Elaine at Celtic Roots Tarot, so at the wee bit shop in the south side of Glasgow. Elaine had the book and she told me about it. Um, and then I a few weeks later, I was looking at Robin's Reflections, a YouTube channel called Robin's Reflections. And the reason I was looking at that channel is because Robin was doing a walkthrough of the upcoming mass market edition of the Afro Goddess Tarot, which is the Afro Goddess Tarot is this deck. This is the indie version, and I absolutely adore it. This is like one of my favourite decks. So I'm really excited that they're doing a mass market, and the mass market, let me just say, looks absolutely delicious. But I was on Robin's channel because she's got an advanced copy. I'll just thumb through some of the cards here. And I started looking at some of Robin's other videos, and one of them is a review of Radical Tarot. And she read some extracts from it. She read some of what uh, Charlie says about, gender and within the tarot, and how we maybe don't need to have it as much as we think we do. Um, and then Robin had also read a bit from she read out the Five of Pentacles entry or part of it, and it really struck home with me. I thought that it just sounded fantastic. To be honest, the book, from what it sounded like, it reminded me like almost like a 78 degrees of wisdom type feel to it. But obviously it's not Rachel Pollock, but it's a different, more modern book. So I thought I'm going to get that, and you can get the audio book on Audible, and that made me even more. I was like, right, we're going for it. So I've been listening to that in the car and when I'm walking the dogs and stuff, and it's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So it's called Radical Tarot. It's by Charlie Claire Burgess. Highly recommend. If I don't put this back now, I'm going to end up with about a bajillion, like, just boxes of cards all over the place. So let's see, you go there, and you can go there. Right, so let me catch up with the comments. You can let me know what you think. Has anyone read Radical Tarot? I'm wondering. So Karen says warm, inviting equals intimate event. Simon says that's okay. I need constant reminders. It's on my list, says Karen. Elspeth is here. Hi, Elspeth. Late to the party here. I have Radical Tarot, but I've not gotten to reading it yet. Right, okay. Read the extract for the Five of Pentacles, Elspeth. And I'm trying to think. So I've not actually got to the Five of Pentacles in the audiobook, but I'm trying to think of some of the cards that I have got to that really struck home with me. Um, I loved what she said about this. What they said. Sorry, what they said about the Sun card. Um, see, I'm pretty sure I've been through the Wands and the Cups, and I've just come to the Swords. Yeah, I'm trying to remember on the spot, and it's not working. Five of Pentacles, check it out. It's fantastic. V Kestrel's here. Hi V, how are you? You can multitask with audiobooks. Yeah, exactly. Like I can just stick my earphones in and potter about and like tidy the house. I can take the dogs out. I can connect it up and listen to it in the car. Audiobooks are great. I've got 78 Degrees of Wisdom on audiobook. I've also got Walk Through the Forest of Souls on audiobook. I've got Maggie Stivator's Raven Boys series of books on audiobook. Yeah, I love Audible. Right, shall we have a nosy at the tarot deck? So this week it's the Tarot of the Angels. Um, so I'm not an angely person generally, but let's see. Let's see. It depends how they're depicted, I guess. Oh dear. Oh my. Borders. The backs are nice, right? Here we go. So they're the backs. That's not bad. They're nice. Look at the borders on these fuckers. Like that's just unnecessary. Like you could just as easily have not had this kind of a bluish. I don't mind the white border. I could even have been borderless, to be honest with you. The thing is, it is actually a really stunning image. See how it's like half like like an angel wing and half like a demon wing, or half dove, half bat. Like the image is actually quite cool, but yeah, I don't understand why they've done that with the borders. Um, Magician, so we can see he's been like kind of a divinely influenced by divinity, shall we say? Um, Simon says, meh. Marion says, your face tells me everything I need to know about the deck. Why not showcase the art more exactly? Like someone's obviously worked really hard on this art, and just to like, I don't know, to box it in like that, I don't know. I know some people like borders, and I don't mind them, but I feel like this is overkill. Just read the Five of Pentacles entry. It's so good. Spider mites and all. Yeah. We'll start the book over the Easter holidays. Brilliant. So I love this Emperor card. That fiery sword. That's like the angel that we get in Temperance and the Smith Waite. Really detracts from the images with the lighter backgrounds. Is it Los Carabeo that are overly fond of borders? So yeah, it is Los Carabeo that have done this. This is from I don't know if you've seen this before, Marion. It's the Total Tarot magazine subscription. So I have just recently stopped my subscription um, because we were. So you get a tarot deck every month, but you also get a couple of cards um, from this deck, the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. And this is a beautiful deck, so as I'll quickly just show you some of the images. You see how it's like it's kind of a gold backing. Um, so you got two cards of you got the majors with the first, and then you get two cards with each kind of a magazine. So yeah, obviously it took months and months to build it up to the full deck. So that's what I told myself. Once I get to the full deck, then I'll cancel my subscription because as much as it's nice to get a deck every month, like they're but as you can see, they're not all decks that I like and that I'm going to use. So I would rather just save the money and actually spend it on decks that I actually like. But yeah, that was a long way of saying yes, it's Los Scarabeo. But yeah, all of the Total Tarot stuff is Los Scarabeo. This is the large print, easier to read edition. Just popped in for a few minutes. Need to head out. Take care, everyone. Oh, see you later, John. Take care. Yeah, I know it. They asked me to do something for it, but I was involved in another project at the time. Ah, see. Oh, what a shame. That was quite cool. Corey just finished work and suggested you should sign up for a subscription to Craft Beer of the Month instead. I don't actually drink beer. If they do a wine of the month, then I'm all over it. Or like a vodka of the month. But I'm not a I'm not a beer drinker. I far prefer the moon card to the sun card. It's quite nice for a judgment card. I'm sure there are lots of wine of the month subscriptions. Wine club. Yeah. I love how we're talking about wine and I'm going through the cups. Has anyone ever thought about the Three of Cups into the Four of Cups? So the Three of Cups, you're having a party, you're drinking, you're enjoying yourself. Um, Maybe you overindulge a wee bit, but it's fine. Everyone's happy, you're having fun, everyone's merry. And then the Four of Cups is like the hangover after it. I've never really thought about the Four of Cups as being a hangover card, but now I can't unsee it. Feels like there's lots of decks nowadays that are using the idea of like an oven of cooking something uh, for the Seven of Pentacles, which no complaints. It's a decent enough image to use, but I just feel as though I'm seeing it quite a lot. Four of Cups, the hangover cards, or the girls crying in the nightclub toilets at the end of the night. Yeah. Ones. That's interesting for a two of wands. Notice that in Tarot of the Abyss, the oven for the Seven of Pentacles. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. 6, 7, 8 of Wands. Quite a cool image. 9, and the 10. I like how fiery this is. Right, let's see, what's her sword suit like? Angel wings on the Ace of Swords. Okay. Okay, I see what you're doing there. So the wings are making the shape of a heart. I like the shadow in the background. That's quite a nice touch. 10 of Swords, that's interesting. So I like that because it's the culmination of the mental suit. Um, so I mean, for me, the Ten of Swords shouldn't have to be about stabby, stabby, bad in the back, bad times. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't necessarily be about that ruin, like that. Like I've got a book here that says that the Ten of Swords is the worst card in the pack. Um, I get that all that mental energy can be overwhelming. Um, but yeah, I think it can definitely be a positive card too. Um, so I suppose I'm kind of appreciating that that's not necessarily a negative image. It's quite cool. Excuse me, yawning away. King of Swords. Okay, so that was Tarot of the Angels, folks. What do you think? Does anyone like the borders? Are we all kind of on the same page that that's a bit, I don't know, gratuitous? Is that the word? Um, I just don't feel that there's any need. In terms of the card stock and the shuffle, so this is your standard low Scarabeo, the card stock we've been getting um, with these total tarot decks. It's shuffles really nicely, so really nice riffle shuffle. It's a nice size, so it's easy enough to overhand. Um, Glides nicely, so if you like to spread the cards on the table, then works well for that. So no issues with the actual production apart from those borders. Okay, so I feel like we're very quiet today. Very quiet in the chat today. Um, Trying to think, 21st of March. I'm not sure if there's anything particular on. But there we go. Oh, Karen, hate to run. Got to finish up my poem for Tarot of the Abyss before astrology class. First of 80 cards slash poems. Well, good luck. I hope you get on okay with it. Um, we could just press on with the spread. So, Marion, I know you're not. I'm not sure if you've been here before when we've done this, but what I've been doing is I've been going through the Total Tarot magazines, and each one of them has a spread in it. And we all kind of pull cards together. So I'll pull my own cards for it. Everyone in the chat will pull cards for it, and we just go through like spread position by spread position. And we put in the chat what we've got. Um, I actually really like the spread that we've got this week. So I've skipped that we're on to part 6 because part 5 was the Celtic Cross. And it's a 10 card spread. It's maybe a bit long to do here. Plus, we all know the Celtic Cross. We don't need to be, doing it all together. So yeah, that is what we do. Can press on and do that. I'm conscious though that like John and Karen, you guys have had to nip away early, so I just want to make sure, can you give me like a wee thumbs up or a wee hands up if you're pulling cards along with me? Um, if you got a deck, if you're pulling cards, give me a thumbs up, tell me what deck you're using. If not, if no one's really kind of a feeling the spread this week, then we don't need to do one. We can postpone. So the deck that I'm shuffling just now is Poppy Palin's Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I felt like using that one. Malamere stuck lying down. No worries, Malamere. No worries at all. I just find it quite therapeutic sitting shuffling cards. Just a way off into a world of my own. How's everyone else's week been, by the way? Has anyone done anything interesting this week that you want to share? Oh, Gabriel got good news from his cardiologist yesterday. His heart's a bit better. That's good to hear. That's brilliant. Oh, Marion says Aries series season started. Aries series. Aries season started yesterday, so full of joy over that. That's right. Um, it's the astrological new year, isn't it? Yeah, that is exciting stuff. Does anyone celebrate like the kind of the astrological new year? I'm calling it that. I don't know if that's even a thing, but it's when we go from Pisces to Aries. Does anyone do anything like kind of a special, like whether it's kind of a from a ritual point of view or just like a good old fashioned celebratory point of view? Like, does anyone do anything nice? We're all very quiet tonight. And since no one appears to um, be pulling cards with me, I might not bother doing the spread altogether. I might just we can do that another week. So next week is exciting because Deanne is joining me live. So it won't just be me, it'll be me and Deanne from Blue Crescent Tarot. I don't think Deanne will be here just now because I know she takes Max to karate. Um, but she's going to be joining me next week. I'm excited about that. Um, and the week after that, it'll be the first Thursday of the month, I'm sure. So me and Simon will be throwbacking. Um, and I think it's the Mega Mundan Tattoo Tarot that we're doing, the Incan Intuition one. So I'm excited about that because I do enjoy using that deck. Uh, so yeah, I guess we will look at this spreads in 3 weeks' time. But the reason that I'm excited is because it's a wee bit sassy. There's like it's basically a spread to kind of give you an overview of your querent, the person you're reading for, and it tells you about the querent strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. But one of the spread positions is annoying behaviour. It tells you about, well, it tells your querent about what annoying behaviours that they might display. Um, and then obviously it tells them about their positive behaviours as well. But yeah, I just found that quite funny. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. Um, Marion says, I didn't get a steak pie for my dinner, if that's what you're inferring. Yeah, we like to do steak pie on New Year's Day, don't we? Um, do you want me to come on and do the spread live with you? I mean, Marion, if you want to, if you're free for like, I don't know, the next hour or so, and you want to come on and do the spread live with me, then I would be overjoyed with that. But I don't want you to feel pressured or anything. Like, don't feel sorry for me. It's fine. Sometimes it is just quieter, and that's okay. But if you want to join me and come live, then I would be honoured and privileged to have you. You just let me know, and I can send you a link. um, Marion says, I am available, but I don't have any makeup on, so it's take me as you find me. That's absolutely fine. Exactly as Gerald says, we will love you as you are. And hi, Gerald, by the way, popping in. Right, Marion, I will send you an invite to your Instagram chat. So you don't need any software or anything. You can just click on that, and it'll take you through. How exciting! Um, how are you, Gerald? By the way, you doing all right? Can't get Insta on my computer. Okay. I'll just shove it in the chat. Why not? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Other people are going to jump in. That's not a big deal. I get to pick and choose who actually comes on to the screen. There you go. I've stuck it in the chat, Marion. Gerald as well. He is multitasking. The worst thing that can happen is Gerald crashes the party. Gerald, you're always welcome to crash the party. Are you going to be pulling cards with us, Gerald, or are you too busy with your multitasking? Oops. I miss what the spread is. It is so I've been going through the spreads from the Total Tarot magazines, Gerald. So this spread is called Universal Vision. It says Universal Vision spread is a great way to explore the cards with a group of friends. Using intuitive reading, you can involve everyone present in interpreting the cards. It's a six-card spread. It's kind of a pyramid, and there's some nice wee sassy spread positions. Um, Oh, I can see Marion's here. She's waving at me. She's like, "Don't forget about me."
Hi.
What you doing?
Hello. I'm just using my hair.
All right, you choose your way. Your hair's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Have you had it coloured since I seen you?
No, it's just my lighting. It's just the light.
Oh,
Hold on, wait to see if I can put my. Is that better? Let's see.
I you
I,
look perfection.
I don't. I've been using an oil cleanser, so my face is dead shiny. Right, what we
Perfection.
doing?
Perfection. So it's a six card spread. It's called
Right,
Universal Vision. I'll
okay,
just show you it in the magazine. I'll give you a wee glimpse of it.
right,
So that's what it looks like.
okay,
Um, and I've got the kind of a spread position meanings here, and I'll kind of call them out as we're going through them. But
okay.
yeah, just to give you a flavour.
No pressure
Um,
then.
no, no pressure at all. Well, look at me, no pressure on me. I've got a world-renowned tarot reader.
Oh, stop it! Stop it! With international clientele. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Um.
one.
So the deck that I grabbed was because it was just closest to me, my desk, was Zeke's Arcana.
Oh, okay. How you finding that?
I love it. I backed to Kickstarter like a couple of years ago,
Right.
so I was one of
Okay.
the original backers in the Kickstarter. Um, because I was just like, despite the fact that I live in black, I have got like a secret thing about pink foil edges.
Oh, very
So I
nice.
seen the pink foil edges, and I was like, I have to have that, and it's completely bonkers. It is just,
Yeah.
it's nuts. The it's just it's bonkers. One of my best friends, Carrie, I took it to, oh, I can't remember, we were at some conference or other, and I took it with me, and she was like, that is like ADHD on speed, that deck.
Oh gosh.
She's like, I can't deal, but I can't even look at it.
Well, I'm
And
excited to see some of the images because I'm, as you've probably noticed, I can be quite a distracted person. Um, In
she'll
fact,
know.
it's been recommended to me that, like, in all seriousness, it's been recommended that I do get checked out to see if I do have like ADHD or ADD. However, I do enjoy decks like, like the Illuminati. No, no, that's
Mm-hmm.
not what it's called. Is it Illuminati?
Aye, Eric C. Dunn,
Yeah,
Tarot
aye.
Illuminati.
Yeah, and like Apocalypsis, and decks that I've got like the one that me and Simon talked about last month, the David Bowie Starman Tarot.
Starman. So
Yeah, see decks like that.
see the guy that did that, David DeAngelis.
Hmm.
He designed up Teeny Bowie's album covers as well.
Yeah,
He worked really
yeah.
closely. And one of the first times I ever went to the London Tarot Conference, he was speaking at it. And I got to meet
Oh
him, and
wow.
I just sat there, and he spoke for an hour and a half about his relationship with Bowie. And I just sat like that. I was like, oh my
That's
God.
brilliant.
He was such a really nice guy. So cool.
Yeah, yeah. There was a podcast or like an interview. I think it was a podcast interview that he did that I found maybe like a month or so ago.
Hmm.
I was listening to that. I really enjoyed.
He's
And yeah,
a
he
nice
does
guy.
seem really nice. Um, cool.
Right.
Right, well, I'm excited to see the deck in action. So, um, shall we kick off?
Yes. I don't
So
have
the
any
first position,
fancy cameras or anything. I don't have dual screens, so I'm just going to
that's
have
all
to go
right.
rogue and hold it up.
That's all right. I'm just a big nerd. Most people don't have all the cameras pointing down and always, but um, so just hold them up as you're doing them.
Right, okay.
So the first card is personality. So it
Right,
says
so
the card in the first. Sorry.
sorry, are we pulling all six cards at one time, or are we doing pull a card shuffle, or how do you want to proceed?
You do it anyway. So I won't lay all six out and then talk about them. I tend to do one at a time,
Right.
chat about it. Quite often I've got a fair few people in the chat that are pulling along with me. So we'll kind of do card one and then chat through people's card one, card two, etc., etc.
Okay.
Whether you want to shuffle in between your card pulls, I don't personally do that, but
No,
by all means
no.
you do it the way you
I,
want to.
I shuffle enough. I'm going to end up with like arthritic hands between my ears. I typing, and then now my ears are shuffling. So no. Right. And is it
Right,
the
cool.
bottom? The bottom left, we go 3, then 2, then 1.
So no, opposite way around. So it goes to
Oh,
the
right,
top,
so it's
then
1,
two,
2,
three,
3.
4, 5, 6. Yep,
Right.
cool. And just kind of a pulling for ourselves, I guess. So my first card is going to tell me about my personality. Yours is going to tell you about yours,
Oh,
etc.,
fuck.
etc. So it's the blurb about the card. It says the card in the first position gives a summary of the querent's personality. When the reader reveals its meaning, he or she says the card describes your personality. Right?
Oh, will we read for each other?
Do you want to
Do I? Shake it
go
up.
for it?
And
Aye,
then,
aye. Let's
right,
since I've got you on here with me, let's read for each other. Right. I need to reshuffle though. We need to reshuffle. I need to tell my cards that that's what they meant. That's what we're doing.
but do you know what? Do you want this deck or do you want another deck?
No, go. I don't. I'm not precious. Just you use whatever deck
Are
you
you
want.
sure?
Yep.
Because it's. No, I'm trying to think. What if I get handy? I've got a true black, or I've got the Fortuna occult, which is black and pink. So which one? Do you want or pink, black and pink, or black?
Dealer's choice. I'll let you choose.
No, we'll stick to this because it's out. Right.
I've got a plan.
Do
And
it.
you
I'll
quite
get
happy
the
with
top
the
one.
everyday enchantment?
I don't care. I'm just delighted that somebody's brave enough to read for me because nobody will read for me anymore. I can't get a reading. It's like I walked down the stairs to Witchy Bazaar and literally they all hide under the table thinking that I'm going to ask them for a reading. And I'm like, I'm not, I'm just down to say hello.
Really?
Right.
That's silly. Okay. So first cards. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Up to you. You decide.
So I'll go
It's
first
your
because
channel, it's your show, so you tell me.
well, that's fine. I'll go first just now. Just because I like this card that I've got for you. So you've got the moon as your. In fact, I will use my thingy camera because you'll be able to see it better. You've got the moon as your personality card, and the image in this is like kind of we've got she's a bit of a the kind of a strange lady that people are quite scared. See what you just described. See how you said like people are scared to read for me, and I don't know why. I
Mm-hmm.
almost feel as though that's kind of what it's saying. Do you know what I mean?
Because I've not got makeup
Like,
on.
but it's like she's the person that everyone kind of reveres. Like she's got that powerful moon energy behind her. She's got the intuition. She's really tapped into that higher self kind of I don't know what terms you like to use, by the way. So if I use any kind of a woo terms that you're not really into, then just tell me, just chin me. But
just,
yeah,
just don't come at me with bubblegum witchcraft.
right,
We'll be fine.
okay. What do you mean by bubblegum witchcraft?
Bubblegum witchcraft, like the twee, like oh we're all casting spells and we're all knowing everything and you know fuck all and I've been practicing since I was blah 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 and you've been in it 2 minutes and you know everything because you've got 16 cauldrons and 200 sticks of incense and that kind of shit.
Oh no, don't worry, don't worry. That shan't be happening.
All right.
Um, so yeah, what I was saying about her, she's very much so. It is the moon card at the end of the day, so it's about being kind of a tapped in. to your kind of your higher self, very much in touch with your intuition.
Mhm.
But there is a bit of a so the moon comes with the I suppose there's a bit of fear behind the moon. Bit of fear. It represents that unknown, that darkness. So kind of reflects the sun's light. We don't always kind of see things truly as they are when we're in moon energy, and it kind of represents that bit of a. I'm not really too sure how I feel about this. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone a wee bit, and that's maybe kind of reflected in how the kind of the people around about feel about this person who is the moon. Um, so maybe people are a wee bit intimidated by you because you are like such an amazing personality, such a kind of a powerhouse at what you do. Um, yeah,
Look, I'm
moon.
genuinely blushing here. I'm genuinely blushing. Right, okay. So with we oh, I love this for you. I
Yeah.
adore this for you, right? So for your personality and what you've got is a Queen of Swords.
Okay.
This is actually like my favourite card in the deck. Right? It's like everybody will say they'll always go to like a major arcana that, but I'll say a death card usually. But it's like if somebody says to me, "What's your favourite card?" I'm like Queen of Swords every single day. Um, so for you, Chris, what I feel like it is, it's like your personality. You're very assured when you're speaking. And it's like, and I think it is have known your big three astrologically, and I will not divulge that in case you don't want people to know. But I feel like
I
that
don't
is
mind
very,
if you want
the-
to. No,
it's
I don't
it's
mind.
very it's very apt because there is that like kind of sting in your tail, but you will always tell the truth. And what I love about the Queen of Swords and your personality, what I feel is it's like you are a caring person, but you're very practical with it, and you're very much kind of like that again, that overthinking part of you, so you'll assess everything. If somebody speaks to you about something emotional, you will look at it in a kind of like cold light a day, and you'll cut through the crap basically, you'll yes, it'll be, oh, I'm so sorry, you're very upset and you're crying and I cry me a river, here's a tissue, but in actual fact, here's what you need to do. It's a bit like that kind of a meme with Loki, and it's like, oh yeah, shame, shame. Anyway, it's
Do you know? Do you want to know something, right?
what?
So earlier on today, so see, I can't remember if it was a bazaar or it was something that I was at. Right, it was one of the kind of it was at Revolution. It was whatever it was. It was at Revolution.
Oh, that
Um,
one. Oh, the Witch's
yeah,
Cove. I've got gossip
yes, right,
here. I've got gossip about things I'll share with you off camera.
right. When we stopped the live, then we'll
Finish
need to
I.
remember.
Yeah.
When I was at that,
Mhm.
there was kind of a readings in the booth type seats, and at one of them there was a woman being read, and she was just greeting her eyes out, and the reader just was holding her hand, and I was looking, thinking, oh gosh, I don't know if I could do that, and I was thinking about it today, because I got back to Joe today, so it's kind of a fresh in my mind, and I was like, what am I going to do genuinely if someone kind of like breaks down like that? And I was like to Sandy, I wonder if I should take tissues with me. And I don't want to be too rude, but Sandy likes to make jokes about things. And he's like, fuck, you want to take tissues to a tarot reading event? Is that not a bit weird? And I was like,
No,
no, it's because,
because because if you get them to cry, it's the biggest compliment. As a tarot reader, it's like, and
well,
we laugh about it. It's like if if you get a client to cry, it's like got you on the money. It's the biggest compliment. So take tissues. We'll talk about that.
okay,
We'll talk later about all that stuff.
okay,
I
cool.
have much to impart on you.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Right.
Right. What's the next one?
The second position.
Hmm.
This is the sassy one. So this is titled "Annoying Behaviour." The second card represents the most annoying aspect of of the querent's character. It could be
Oh
the thing that
no!
exasperates their friends, or the sort of quirk that loving friends often overlook. Turning this card over, right? I'm not doing the reader says, but this is us reading for each other's most annoying traits. Oh, this is funny.
Right, go for it.
Okay. Have you pulled one? Do you know what you want to say about it, or
Oh, I've got the ball here waiting. I've just not got them
oh,
turned
you've
over
got them
yet.
all waiting? Right. Okay. Um. So I'll tell you what the card is first. I've got the Six
Right.
of Cups. Is your most annoying trait? I why are you laughing?
Oh.
Do you know what this means? Because I'm not sure that
Uh-huh.
I'm getting what this is saying to me.
This is so apt for me.
Right.
So apt.
Right. Okay.
Do you want me to
So
explain, or do you want to tell me what you get?
yeah. Well, yeah. No. You explain it then, because
Right.
if you know what it
Okay.
means, then
So for me, it's like a running joke between my friend group and like just people who know me in general. Um,
uh,
I have got like a memory like an elephant because I'm a Taurus, and we forget fuck all. And any slight
oh,
that somebody has done me in the past, if I get annoyed with them, I will cast it up. It's like, see my mum, right? God love her, right? I adore her, obviously, right? But see, when I was getting into second year, second year, now we're going back to 1996 here, 95 or
yeah.
96. Um, my feet, right, I was a size 8, my feet, right? So you remember, Chris, back in the day, if your feet were above a size 5, you had to get the adult size shoes. So my mum would not pay the £150 for a pair of black leather kickers for me and
Right.
made me wear a cheap replica of kickers. Meanwhile,
Well,
my sister, because her feet were a size 4, got the actual kickers to go back to school. And I still cast that up to this day. And she's like, you know what? Just put it in my gravestone, Marion. Just do that. And I was like, well, do you know what? I don't think there'll be enough money to get a gravestone for you, so there might just be a wee wooden cross or something. I might not have enough money for that. So, so
uh,
that's what that is. It's an annoying quirk.
I've
It's
got you.
literally like, it's I will recall everything like a cross
And
examination in a courtroom. So
that's really handy though. That's really handy to have. But
mhm.
do you know, my husband is like that. Like he remembers everything, and I'm kind of like not quite the opposite, but I've got a pretty shit memory. Like particularly for certain things, like and we both do each other's nutting with it. So I can actually totally understand how that could be
Mhm.
how that could be annoying to folk.
I do.
Oh, no,
I
that's
drive
brilliant.
people nuts for it. Right. Okay. So what about you? Right.
Yeah, what's that?
Ooh. So you've got the 10 of Wands.
Okay,
Right. So
right.
immediately what I thought, right, and bearing in mind this is like an annoying quirk,
Hmm.
right? So how how clean is your channel?
Oh, you can pretty. I mean, you can swear. Do you know what I
Right,
mean?
right, okay, so the first thing that came to mind when I turned this card over and I seen it was a 10 of Wands for you was it was like on occasion you can be a bit of a martyr. Like,
Right.
oh, poor me. Look at me carrying all these wands all by myself. I'm so hard done by. And then when somebody offers to help you, it's like, no, no, I'll do it all myself because I'm like that, because nobody can do it the way that I can. And I'll do it all by myself. And then more than one person asks, it's like, no, 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 please don't. You don't understand my penance that I've to pay back my karmic debt. I will do all these struggles alone by myself. So that's kind of what I got.
I hope my husband isn't watching this because this is such vindication for him, let me tell you. It's honestly, yeah, yeah. No, it's true. There's nothing else I can add to it. It's true. Like, honestly, see if the kitchen's a mess, like, he hates when I'm pottering about cleaning and stuff because he always feels as though I'm raging. Like, he says, when you're doing stuff around the house, you're always going about in a pure rage. And I'm like, I'm not, but I can kind of understand why he's saying that. So yeah, yeah. Then he put the salt back in the cupboard, and yeah,
And it's not in the exact
yeah.
right position. And the word salt isn't facing to the front. So even though it's a glass container and you know it's salt, but it could be sugar. So just make sure that the word is at the front facing at the cupboard.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I feel
Can we
exposed.
just okay, let's just disclose that I have never been in your home. I do not know if you've got
No,
a glass salt shaker or whatever. Do you know what?
Marion hasn't. I
No.
do though. I do get the ones for Lidl. You know the grinder, salt and pepper grinder ones from Lidl. So I mean, you're spot on. But yeah,
Apparently
Gerald's
I'm
like, let's get
psychic.
really quiet.
But apparently I'm
Oh,
like psychic or something.
you must be. You must be.
Who
Hen.
knew? Right, what's the
Oh,
next one?
the next one is the opposite. So this is the best side. The third
Right.
position signifies the most admirable aspects of the person's character and can refer to physical features as well as behaviour. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a really interesting card for this. You've got the death card.
Oh.
So the thing that comes to me, and I suppose I'm cheating a wee bit because I've had a wee bit of an insight into you and your personality over the past week or so. But
Do you think so?
the thing for me is the death card. What are you going to say?
I'm just
Oh.
saying, do you think?
So the death card is a Scorpio card, and for me, that's the stuff that nobody wants to approach. That's the stuff that nobody wants to talk about. Do you know what I mean? But you're
Hmm.
very very direct, very to the point. Like I'd said earlier on, the first thing you said to me in that reading was, "You're just fucking overthinking everything." You know what I mean? You just cut straight to the heart of things, and you're basically no fear to talk about any of those topics that people are difficult to say. Like you were giving me advice on things like how much people should be getting paid for a tarot reading. That's the kind of that's Scorpio territory. That's things that people don't like to discuss. Things like sex, death, taxes, salary, money, all of that stuff. That's stuff that people don't want to touch. But you were like totally fine to
Yeah.
broach those subjects. So that to me is like that's one of your superpowers, and that's probably why you are so good at what you do. Is because like not everyone's like that. Do you know what I mean? Lots of people in our sphere are very kind of a love and light and all about the positivity, and I get that. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be sending people away like full of dread. Like I get that we need to be positive, but we need to be able to talk about the tough stuff as well. And I think that you do that, and you do it in a way like I was killing myself laughing at various points through my reading. I wasn't upset. I wasn't offended. Like you do it in a way that's tactful, but you say what needs to be said, and that is exactly what that card says to me.
Oh, that's so sweet. No, it is, and I don't believe that, it's basically, I mean, we all know here, do you know what I mean? It's like a tarot is invariably it's 78 images that describe every aspect and facet of life, and for me to turn over cards and say to somebody, "Oh, your life is so wonderful and it's going to be amazing," and they've got the Tower, the Three of Swords, and like I don't know, like a Ten of Swords or something, I would be doing the cards and myself and ultimately the client like a disservice.
Mhm.
And I just feel like, I am lucky in the fact that I can deliver a difficult message, but as you said, I can make you laugh as well.
Mhm.
I'll tell you the truth, but I'll make you laugh with it.
Yeah.
And I don't obviously I don't practice that, that's just something that is like a natural thing about me. And I think it comes through the fact that I've got Sagittarius ascendant and Scorpio as my 12th house. So it's all about like the kind of mysteries and like I'm no scared to go into the depths of stuff. And I think it helped the fact that I grew up in a household full of Scorpios. Do you know what I mean? It was basically I grew up in a Scorpio nest. Essentially, it's like, believe me, I've got rhino hide. Nobody can insult me because I grew up with them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, see that literal death stare. When you were like maybe going to the dancing when you were a bit younger and you were feeling a bit good about yourself. You're looking like pretty hot the night. You'd walk in, phone a taxi because it was before mobile phones were free calls, and your mum would go, "Mm, that's nice." And you'd be up here and then you just plummet to the base and you're like, "Cheers, love you too. I'll be getting extra pissed tonight to forget about my issues." Oh, it
And
was
then you
so
can't forget because you've got a memory like an elephant.
well, exactly. So that's another thing on our list to cast up. Oh, so this is lovely, right? Okay, so what's interesting is you have got the sun.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like My Little Pony does. It's just crazy, this card. So it's like a kind of elephant human on the back of a pony, riding through bubbles, like bubble gum, which
Yeah.
which is a complete antithesis and opposite of your natural like state of being a Scorpio. It's like, it's like you've just described about me, you're really happy in the depths of things, but I think as well, it's like this outward personality, you're actually extremely approachable. You have got this incredible energy. Like, honestly, folk in the chat, right? If you have never met Chris in person, sees actual energy, like physically, it's like moths to a flame. It is literally that's what his energy is like, and it's like this really intense, powerful energy, just like the sun. And I think that's where it comes to as well. But again, with the sun can cast shadows. So you're not afraid to go into that duality. Yes, you can walk in and you light up a room, but at the same time, you're not afraid to meet somebody where they are in the shadows. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, that is really sweet. Thank you very much.
Shh, don't
I'm
tell
blushing.
anyone. A reputation.
I know. I know. It's all right. There's no many people here. It's fine. Nobody will know. One of my friends here, Debbie, she says it's great to see someone giving Chris a reading. So they've seen me give
Oh,
readings to all sorts of folks, but I don't think anyone's ever seen me getting a reading. So this is a change for everyone that's here.
it's actually a really intimate experience. There's that word again, isn't it? But it is quite a it's like a vulnerable experience. I'm kind of sitting here and it's like, what's he gonna say next? This is talk about exposing ourselves, Chris.
I know. I know. Um, Just really quickly, Lucky Girl, I'm not doing reading. We're not doing readings for others just now. If you maybe come back another week, sometimes I will do like readings and stuff. But at the moment, Marion and I are reading for each other, and you're more than welcome to pull your own cards along with us. The next position, Marion, is your
Mhm.
greatest challenge. Um, so card number 4 indicates the most important challenge facing the querent. So
Mhm.
greatest challenge. So do you want to know yours?
Mhm. Go for it.
You've got the 4 of Blades.
Ooh.
So to actually stopping and taking a rest and like being in a state of like I kind of the impression that I get from this is that you're maybe someone that likes to be on the go and that doesn't actually like to slow down. Do you know what I mean? You like to be on the go. You like to be kept busy. And when you're so, for example, I imagine if you take ill, you probably like drive yourself around the twist. Do you know what I mean? You can't stand being not being able to do the things that you want to do. You like to be this kind of a busy bee who's constantly like all over the place doing everything. And your biggest challenge is when you do have to stop and take that, take that moment, just to kind of whether it's to recover, whether it's to just kind of collect yourself, get yourself into a bit of a better headspace. Um, yeah, you
I
don't do.
so interesting. This spread is so interesting because it's like that me and that card. That you know how like I've said like earlier, like the Queen of Swords is my favourite card. That is my
Mm,
least favourite card in the deck.
the 4.
The Four of Swords.
That's interesting.
Because it's like and like you're saying like that's interesting because it's like is the cards go is the suit of swords go, it's kind of one of the nicer ones, but for me
Yep.
it's like I have got this whole thing about it, and I've done presentations about the fours, and tarot in particular. The Four of Swords was the card that kicked it off, um and it's been like my kind of nemesis card. So
Right.
it always shows up for me at various points in various important times in my life. So that's really interesting. But you're totally bang on the money because most of February I was in my bed, like that bug, that cold, whatever the hell it was that was going round.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning totally went to get up at my bed because I had like a full day of clients, and I got up and stood up at my bed, and I was like, oh my fuck. And I just collapsed back into my bed. And that was me literally for 3 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
So it was like, honestly, I um, could not move a muscle or anything. So that would really, because I was like, oh my God, I need to do this, I need to do that. And it was like, I'm trying to work from my phone, and like give
Mm,
people like, email readings over the phone. And then it's like, what the hell you trying to do? It's I literally
mm.
I'm lying. It felt like the real flu where my bones were
Yeah.
just aching. And it's like, no, Marion, you need to have a rest. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
have a rest. So I right, so for you, my darling, you have got the magician. And it's
Interesting.
like a wee monkey.
Uh huh.
So it is. And what immediately what I get for that is it's like you don't trust yourself.
Right.
It's like you say the things and you do the things, but it's like that we kind of a like quick with the magician where it's like the trickster energy. It's almost like you have to trick yourself into doing something so that it's almost like you're tricking yourself into feeling confident about something. But I mean, ultimately, you have got all the tools there. You've got more
Mm,
tools than you actually need. It's like
yeah,
you've got so many tools that you're cluttering yourself up. So it's like it's almost like you need to like simplify things. And but that's what that is, and that's where you're like kind of it's I don't even want to say it's a weakness. You know what I mean? Because it isn't a weakness because it's about self belief. So it's like
yeah,
it's like you're like it's literally like fake it until you can make it, but you don't need to fake it. It's like you're faking yourself. You know, you're tricking
yeah,
yourself because everybody else can see it. You know, and everybody else believes what you're saying. But it's like it's that wee part of you, it's that wee self doubt part of you that needs to that you need to kind of have a conversation with yourself with.
yeah, right. Yeah, no, that in my head, I'm
Hmm.
constantly. I kind of a, I kind of a see it in some ways. It's it's exactly what it says. It's a big challenge. I kind of I tell myself that it's also got a bit of a strength is to constantly be questioning myself, constantly telling myself that that's not good enough because I think to myself, well, that means I'm constantly improving. Do you know what I mean? I'm constantly looking to improve.
Uh-huh.
Like even things like whether I don't know, like whether I'm being a good person. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like you were whether I was a good person like this might be a bit of a weird stream of consciousness, right? Sorry if this is a total overshare, but there's some days I'm like I'll think like, was I a good person? Do you know what I mean? Like was I a good person today? Did I? And I kind of like I don't know. Sometimes I'm like in your head I don't know if I'm as good a person as I want to be. But then I'm like, well, the fact that I'm thinking that is that a good thing because I'm questioning it, and I would rather that way around than I thought I was just being awesome when really I wasn't. I was being an absolute dick to everybody.
Do you know
I,
what
th-
I think?
I don't.
I think the fact that you are even questioning and having that conversation with yourself just proves how much a good person you are. Because it's like, you know how like that saying, like, when you're dead, you don't realise it. And it's the same with stupid people, right? Because
Yeah,
that is right, and it's like you can say the same as like you can go as far as to say like serial killers, right? Serial killers don't think there's anything wrong with them because that's their normal. It's everybody else and about them that knows that going and killing people is a bit wrong, you know, but they don't actually. So the fact that you're questioning that just proves
yeah,
that you don't need to be worrying about what you think you need to worry about.
yeah. I
I
know what
would
you mean.
suggest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it, I've just turned
Just
over
like a
your
bit of
next card
serial
and it's
killer
made me
bit
jump.
in you.
Yeah. Um, no, it's just I appreciate that. I do really appreciate that, and it's funny because like you think all these things in your head. Like I think everyone's a totally different person in their own brain than what they portray
Mhm.
to the outside world. Do you know what I mean? Um, and I don't. That's something that I don't very often share. Um, so I'm glad that I shared it with you.
Got like
Um,
therapy and it's like
I know. But I know the thing is, I know that you're not just saying something to make me feel good. You're not
no,
just saying something nice. Going back to that death card thing that I was
no.
saying, like, I know that if I was a dick, you would absolutely tell me you're being a dick.
I
So yeah, no, I do really appreciate that.
I don't
Um,
that's how like people say to me, they're like, you know, Marion, I really appreciate when you give me a compliment and I'll be like, how? And they're like, because you very rarely bestow them. I was like, for fuck's sake, make me feel horrible. Why don't you? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, I don't think to say anything, you know. And like my dad, he was exactly the same. And like my mum, she would be like, "This, do you think my dress looks nice, John?" And he would be like, "Aye, it's very nice." And she'll be like, well, you might have told me. And then he'll be like, but if I don't say anything, that means I like it. If I say something, then I'll probably tell you that I don't like it. And I was just like, oh, honestly, the two of them, seriously. Anyway, moving on. Right, what's the next prompt?
Next one is secret desire. So the fifth card symbolizes your secret desire or something that you'd love to do but that you can't admit.
Oh, fuck.
And oh God,
This is
I'm
getting a bit me
dreading
and
this.
work here.
I know. So you've actually got a really interesting card for this because the card almost just repeats the question back. Do you know what card you've got for this?
What?
You've got the devil.
I fucking knew it. I knew you were going to say that. I fucking knew it. I knew.
Devil
I remember
card. Let
you
me
said
show
it.
you. I'm. I mean, it tells me. So the I'm going by the image here a lot,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
But to me, this tells me that your secret desire is almost to for like I don't know for like a day or for a week or for whatever you just want to go fuck it, balls to the wall, nothing matters. I'm going to go off and do what I want. I'm going to go and I don't know, go to Vegas and gamble all my money away, or I'm going to go and I don't know, be a
Go
stripper,
and say it.
or I'm going to go and do something absolutely like completely like that no one would expect. I just want that. I want that space where I could just say fuck it, nothing matters. This is what's happening. That's really what I get from that. Do you see what I mean when I say it's almost like it's throwing the question back at me? Because to me, the devil is a bit about your desires and stuff, and it's like that kind of that complete lack of risk assessment, that complete lack of, you know, thought of the consequences.
Mhm.
Um, so that's that. That's where that card is going for me.
Thank you so much for keeping that to a certain level there, Chris.
That's all right. That's all right. Um, um, so why did you? How come you knew that card was going to come up?
It's been stalking me.
That's
The,
it.
the devil card has been stalking me, and I'm like, oh, no. It's like, no. No, don't make me go down that road. But I just I knew it was going to come up. So I did. I
Right.
just had a feeling there. And actually, that's one of my favourite devil cards for the Poppy Palin deck. So it is. It's one
Right.
of my
Okay.
favourites. Right. Okay.
Brilliant.
So for you, you have got the Page of Wands.
Okay.
Wow. Now it's
Right.
interesting, right? It's what's more interesting for this is the actual imagery, right? Because
Mhm.
I'm not usually a reader who relies on the imagery of a card, right? It's like
Okay.
if it's Page of Wands, it's a Page of Wands, right? That's how
Mm.
like the time I was reading in a pub and I forgot my tarot deck and it was like in Paisley, the pub's in Paisley and I live in Hamilton and I forget a tarot deck, I've got a problem. So I had to use 7, 8 beer mats with just the names of the cards wrote on. Like I peeled, like me and the barman peeled like one end of the beer mat off to get the
Yeah.
white bit, and then just wrote the names of the cards, and that's what I read with all night.
That is my favourite story. That is fantastic.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
brilliant. And did it read just as good as like how did you find that?
It was read absolutely fine. Because the
Wow.
thing is, because it's like, and that's one of my things, it's like when people say to me, like, how do you know you're ready to go pro? It's one of the most common questions that like I get, and
Mm.
my standard answer is see if you can recall any card in the tarot deck immediately in your mind when somebody says the name of the card, then you can
Mhm.
go pro. Doesn't matter if you know all the keywords, or you know what I mean, or if some cards are sticky, some cards aren't sticky. As long as if you can recall that image, whatever deck, you know, because we've
Mm,
all got our own tarot deck in our head, and it's made up of all different decks.
yeah,
You know, it's like my chariot card will always be the chariot card from the Lumina Tarot because I absolutely adore
right,
that. That's my soul deck. You know, so there's
yeah,
certain cards that will always be certain images for me. But
mhm,
on this occasion, right, with you, it's like what your greatest desire is. It's like see that humanoid person coming out of that other person's head.
mhm,
If you just literally see that thinking side of you, you just want to break free out your head and just escape. Just it's almost like so. I don't know how much you're a Harry Potter fan here. I don't know what your thoughts are of that, right? But you know how when Dumbledore gets his pensieve,
mhm,
it's the wand, and it's
yeah,
literally a page of wands, takes the memories out and puts them in the pensieve because it's like he literally cannot hold any more in his head.
yeah,
That's that's like the feeling that I'm getting, and that's like the vision I'm getting in my head for you. It's like your deepest desire. If you could do that, that's what you want to do because just for once, just stop the thinking. And it's quite a similar message for the two of you. You know, it's like but it's like with you, it's like just let me be free of these thoughts.
yeah,
Just let me be a bit immature because it's like page energy, it's wands. Just let me be like that kind of a excitable, youthful person with the all the overthinking of being an adult.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I like getting out my own head, essentially.
Aye, and that's literally what it is. Do you know what I mean it's like somebody getting out of their head?
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Um, one last thing I wanted to say about the devil, by the way, like I don't like. I think that there's positive and negative in every single card, right? I don't think there's any one card that's all negative or all positive.
I
I
know.
think they'll definitely sway, maybe more to one side of the fence.
Mhm.
But I think that the devil has positives in it as well. So you were saying like it's been stalking you and like it's almost like it's like creeping up on you and creeping. And it's like I'm still here, like typical devil. I'm still here. Like you're going
Mhm.
to have to accept me at some point.
Mhm.
But
No,
the thing that I like to kind of
literally like it's literally like I need to stop working and have some fun again.
yeah,
You know, because
right,
I have
yeah,
been in the last few years, it's like I've been in this kind of self-imposed purgatory
right,
where I've
okay,
been like work, constantly just throwing myself into my work and becoming successful, and then one thing after another, and doing this and doing that and doing that. But then, as you say, the fun side of the devil, it's like I need to embrace that. So absolutely makes absolute sense.
yeah. And the thing to remember, right, is like people have done. I mean, people have done bad things in devil energy, sure, but people have done amazing things in devil energy too. The devil energy represents that desire, that drive, purely driven by desire. People have done things like climb Mount Everest on that desire, that devil energy, that motivation. Um, and I mean, yeah, sure. There needs to be there's a certain aspect of it where it's like, right, maybe you're not taking as much account of the risks and consequences
Mhm.
as what you should. But
Yeah,
as much as bad stuff has been done, people have done amazing things on devil energy. So,
absolutely.
like, when it comes to stepping into those shoes when you're ready, like it doesn't what that looks like is up to you. It doesn't necessarily need to be bad. I think it
Mhm.
could be something
No.
really amazing that you might do when you finally decide to actually, like you say, kind of stop working and have fun. So yeah.
My Aries moon and my Aries Venus are like, come on to fuck, Marion, hurry up. Come on, we're waiting. Let's go. I'm like, hold your horses.
That's I was just talking to my friend Deanne about like uh signs earlier on, and I'm sure she's an Aries moon, and I don't think it
Oh,
was an Aries Venus, but it was a fire. I'm sure her moon rising and her Venus are all fire signs, if I'm remembering correctly, and
that's
she's
like
a
me.
Libra sun.
Mhm.
Aye.
So that's interesting because well, I'm a Taurus sun, so like Libra and Taurus are both ruled with Venus.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Venus ruled sun signs, and then like a fire moon, a fire ascendant, fire Venus, and I fire's my dominant trait. It's like my dominant element.
Yeah.
I'm mostly fire and air, even though my Taurus, it's like that bit grounds me. Because like if I had like
Yes.
a fire, like sun, say for instance an Aries sun or something, I'd be completely fucking combustible. Do you know what I mean? I'd be in jail or something by now, do you know what I mean? Or worse. You know?
Thank goodness for that Taurus then, keeping you grounded,
Yes,
eh?
yes, indeed. Indeed, indeed. Okay, last one. What is it?
Greatest strength. So the final card signifies your greatest strength.
Ooh.
Um, right, the Eight of Cups. So this actually, you can feel free to call me out if you don't think I'm reading this right or if
No,
I
no,
get
no,
this
no,
wrong.
please, please,
But
interested.
for me, the Eight of Cups, it reveals a lot of emotional strength because what it tells me is that if something is not working, you are strong enough to put that behind you. Whether that's something that you love doing or whether it's like an individual, do you know what I mean? If there's people
Mhm.
in your life or things in your life that just aren't serving anymore, if you just feel that something isn't right, you're strong enough to be able to do what needs to be done. Um, and that I think that says a lot about you as a person. Do you know what I mean? Um, a lot of emotional maturity. All right, we might be immature in other ways. We might like to laugh and giggle at things, but in terms of in terms of emotional maturity, that's a big strength to have. And there's not very many people that can actually, I don't think, that could say that they have this as a true strength. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Mhm. My God. Like, seriously? Marion, are you feeling like this deck is calling you out? Calling me out? I swear. It is like I am getting bitch slapped right now, Jared.
Oh,
This deck is no, it is that wow. Hmm. So you know how like I talked about the devil is stalking me. So
mhm.
previously the Eight of Cups stalked me for 4.5 years.
Right.
Four
Okay.
and a half years it stalked me. And it was because I had to walk away from a relationship. And it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. And it turned out that two relationships, one after the other, I had to walk away from them for various reasons. And I was, I was broken. You know, I really was broken. Um, but as you say, it's like I've got this inner strength. You know what I mean? It's like I've got this strength, and what I believe in is like my whole like ethos as a tarot reader is all the really hard shit that I go through, I've been through. It's because it makes me a better reader. It gives me a better understanding of the human experience, and if I can learn something from it, then I can help other people. So it's like everything that I learned walking away from that toxic relationship, I utilised these skills in order to give up smoking. Like I
Uh,
completely gave up smoking after 25 years, cold turkey. I didn't even mean to do it. And it was the 20th of April last year. And for anybody watching who's got like any kind of addiction that they want to give up, right? This is a really good technique. And it's like as soon as I made the connection between smoking and how it was just like a toxic relationship. It totally changed the ball game for me. It was like so if I'm craving a cigarette, that was just like, you know, when you flirt with somebody and you really want to text them, but you know they're going to ignore you, but there's that need that you still need to be like that kind of that self like flagellation that you feel, that you know, that almost self harming aspect. So it was like as soon as I made that connection, you're craving a cigarette just like you would want to text somebody. Well, I don't text. So I'm like, well, if I don't text, I don't need a cigarette. And that was literally how I gave up smoking. Am I happy?
Yeah.
No. I've never been so miserable in my life because I fucking loved smoking. But that was how I did it. And that 8 of Cups is just it's such a poignant card for me. So this has been like an epic reading. It's been very emotionally vulnerable, can I just say? It's been so good. Right. You, Mister. Right.
Mhm.
What's the prompt again? What's the question?
Greatest strength.
Your greatest strength, right? Your greatest
Mhm.
strength is a King of Swords. Right, and it's like
Okay.
a panther. So I absolutely love the fact that we started off with the Queen of Swords and we're finishing up with the King of Swords, because it's like that evolution. You know, it's like that evolution through the court with the cards that we've experienced through this, through like the light and the shadow and the strengths and the weaknesses. And then ultimately your greatest strength is the King of Swords, because you you can see that, you know, that kind of you can sit in there, and while some people would maybe think that that energy that you give off at times can be a bit cold, it's no, it isn't, because the King of Swords to me is Aquarius energy. Right, so all the kings are the fixed signs for me. That's just how I work. And to understand, like everybody says that Scorpios are the most like obsessive sign of the zodiac when they're in love.
Right.
Right? They're the most obsessive. But see, ultimately, see if an Aquarius loves you, you cannot get rid of that fucker. It takes legal intervention to get rid of and I think, like, you know, not that I'm suggesting for any minute that you're some kind of stalker or anything, right? I mean, you're very happily married to your partner, I imagine. Um, but it's it's the strength of knowing how to deliver a message, you know, and it's straight to the point, but it's got an element of compassion in it. Just like how you gave me that message there for the 8 of Cups, you know, it was like instinctively you knew, like, oh shit, this is a card that's it's is she getting triggered? Is she going to be all right? Oh no! And I'm like, I'm going to be fine. Just keep smiling through it. Keep smiling through it. You know, you delivered it so beautifully and so eloquently, um, and I just think that that is your greatest strength, and it just sums that up, how there is just this lovely evolution in your character and your being, and you have got all of that energy um available to you to tap into at any time.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much. I love it.
There you go.
This has been, see, considering you just said to me an hour ago, want me to come on with you and we'll do this together. This has been one of the most amazing things that I've done on this channel. It's so
Oh,
different, and do you know what I mean? Just having this dynamic. Um, and I love everything that we've done on my channel and stuff. And there's people in the chat. In fact, I think most of the people in the chat have been on with me, and I've loved every minute of it. But this has just been so unique. And
yeah.
yeah, wow.
So,
Um,
sometimes you just need a Taurus to come in and stomp and shake things up a bit like a bull in a china shop.
exactly, exactly. Um,
Oh,
Marion, thank you
thank
so
you.
much for being here and for coming on and for been the first person to read for me on my channel.
And she goes,
Um,
without even a flick of mascara or even a flick of lip gloss. My God.
you're an absolute vision. You don't need any of that. Neither you do. Do you know what's funny actually? So see, because I'm speaking to like somebody for Hamilton, see, because I'm speaking to someone who's Scottish, I'm going to relax into my normal dialect. Do you know what I mean?
I said,
Which
thank
I'm
you.
I'm going to ask like Malamir and Gerald. I'll ask them later on, like whether they noticed any change in how I'm speaking, because you know that way when you're like you'll probably do it when you're presenting down in Manchester. Like you tend to
You
kind of
mean you mean
speak
the
a certain way.
international Scottish accent?
Yeah, that's the
That
one.
one.
That's
That one
yes.
where we
Yeah.
enunciate with T's and we're these and they're that's. Yes. We're what's. It's like instead of what the
Yes.
fuck, it's what the fuck. That one.
That's the one. That's the one. So I'll be interested to see if they've noticed any difference. Because I'm
No,
just that comfortable.
I think we're all right. At points, this American was having a wee bit of trouble. Oh,
Oh no. Well, subtitles. Do you know? Don't. In fact, no. I'm going to take that back. Don't turn on the subtitles. Gosh, you can only imagine what kind of a stuff it's going to come away with. It thinks that we've been saying.
no. Some of my friends, it's like in fact, I just posted a YouTube video the day, first time in 2 years, and it was like before when I used to post quite often, it was my friends would look at the subtitles and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. But they used to get like they get quite a laugh with the subtitles. So it
It
was like,
it is really funny. See, because of what we do, and see, because we talk about decks a lot. So unless we are really careful to
unless
enunciate
we
that word to
enunciate
perfection,
the E.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, you know exactly where I'm going with this.
yes,
So I talk about how I've got like a shelf full of decks behind me,
yes,
and all of a sudden, YouTube thinks that I'm saying something different.
yes. And
That's a
I
different
will,
shelf that's through in that room, of course.
yes. It's the room with the shelf, not the chest.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, funny. See, before I let you go, Marion, do you want to? So I've put your Insta handle in the chat earlier on. I'll put that in again actually whilst
Right.
we're here. But
So
like
Instagram
tell
is
everyone where they can find you and stuff.
so Instagram is the best place to find me for my content. It's mainly astrology content that I put out. But you can catch me probably like if you want to book a reading, you can just go on through my website. I only have one offering and it is an hour long reading, or if you're local like you are, you can come to me and get mini readings. But anywhere, and it's like I work on Zoom, so it's like international. Happy to oblige. So that's where you can get me. Instagram on my website, and it's www.marienktarot.com.
Amazing. Right,
I
let's
will
stick with
be
that. www.
I will be putting more offerings up in that bit at the minute because I would just get so many projects ongoing. That's really the only thing that I can do in like the times that I've got. But I mean, if you email me or if you DM me on Instagram, like if you're wanting something else, we can work it out. But that's the only thing that I have like on the website, so you can.
Brilliant.
And it's my only
Brilliant.
job.
Thank you so much. So definitely check Marion out, folks.
Oh, it's been
Um,
so much fun.
I know it's been amazing. It's been an absolute privilege. Thank you so much, Marion.
You.
It's been lovely to just see you again and speak to you again. Um, was lucky enough to see you last Friday, and not even a week later, I'm getting to chat to you again.
I know people
Um,
talk, what we gonna do with this?
they can say what they want. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them spin their rumours. Don't care.
Exactly. Like you mean it just makes me sound more interesting if people are talking about me. It's like what? Like she's really interesting. I'm really no. I'm really not that interesting, honestly. Like people think
Well, I
I've got
think who,
a really glamorous life. It's like I really have now live in Hamilton. It's like,
everyone, all my American friends are going on to find out where Hamilton is.
no, don't, don't
Uh,
stop me, please don't. I'm a number 7 in numerology. I don't like people. Don't come and visit me. Have you done your
oh,
numerology?
funny.
Do you know your numerology?
So, if I've worked it out right, do you use your name or your date of birth?
Date of birth and name, but date of birth.
So, my date of birth, I'm a reduces down to 11, reduces further down to 2. It depends how you do it, though.
So you're an 11.
Depends how you add it. Yeah.
So, how I've been taught, just because I'm doing a course just now, so you add your day as an entire number,
Uh-huh.
and then you add your
Uh-huh.
month as an entire number, and then you add the year as an entire number.
Right, okay. So,
So
for example, I put you in one.
say you were born in 1996, right?
Uh-huh.
Say you were born on the 12th of 12th, 1996, right? You would add 12 plus 12 plus 1996. So you would add
Yeah.
24 onto 1996.
Yeah. Right,
Get
okay.
that and then reduce that down to the basic number.
So, if I do that, then I'm a 2.
No, you're an
Because 1 plus 11 plus 1,988 gives us 2,000.
2000, so you're a 2.
Hmm.
But you're dead, but you're no an 11, so you're a 2. 2,
Yeah,
right, so see that method, right? 2s are extinct now. So
I'm still
there
here.
is there is no longer anybody born in the 21st century. Numerically, it's almost impossible to reach a 2 in numerology. It goes to an 11.
So,
So see every
all
so
right,
see
okay.
this like so see like this generation that's coming up, like born from 2000 onwards or
Uh-huh.
2001 or whatever, right? It's like they're all 11s. That's why they're all wee fuckers, and they're all running about doing causing shit and causing fights everywhere. Because half of
Why
them are
they're all
11.
wee fuckers?
Uh,
Oh, oh God.
I don't know if I felt
Brilliant. No, you don't, but you're brilliant the way you are. I'm glad you don't have a filter. Oh, fantastic.
that's what it is.
Um,
So two is like an extinct number until I don't know, is it like 2080 something or other?
right, okay,
So
okay.
you're a rare creature.
There you go. See, if you didn't know it already, folks.
I know.
Um, yeah, see, like, the Mary Kay grade method is to do, like, so 1st of November 1988, but she says to do 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8. If I do it that way, you're always going to be in the same, if you
Well,
reduce it right down, you're always going to be in
you're
the same
saying that
kind of
so you
place.
said that it comes to 11,
Uh-huh.
right? So in tarot cards, then that's 2, right? But in if you're just doing pure numerology, if you reach an
Uh-huh.
11, then you don't reduce it because 11, 22, and sometimes 33 are master numbers.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But when it's finding it's like it's the same number. I mean, it's either a 2 or an 11, so you're still a 2 11.
Yeah.
Um, you're a 2, an 11, and
20.
a 20. Sorry, brain fart there. So you're one
All
of the
right.
lucky ones that gets 3 cards.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, that's true.
Whereas I'm a chariot tower.
Oh, 16-7. Rachel Pollock was a 16-7, I'm sure. No, 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 that's a lie.
Oh,
She was a 17-8. Strength and the star.
aye. Do you know our
What's
least
that?
favourite tarot card was Temperance?
Rachel's was? I didn't know that.
hmm
No, I
I
had
was
no idea.
fortunate. I was fortunate enough to meet her, and that was what I asked her, and she was like, "Marion, what would you want to ask me?" And I'm like, "What's your least favourite tarot card?" And she's like,
Wow.
"I don't recall anybody ever asking me that. They always ask me what my favourite card is." And I
Yeah.
was like, Rachel, I've got Uranus in my first house at Sagittarius, and she just burst out laughing, and she was like, "That makes so much sense." And I was like, "So, what's your least favorite card?" And that was how she started laughing because Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, so that was the
Yeah.
difference between us. And she was like, "I really dislike Temperance. I don't get it." She goes, "I get it. I understand it. I've written about it." She goes, "That I really basically she just couldn't be arsed with it." She's like, if I could get rid of one card out the deck, it'd be Temperance.
Yeah.
She's like, "What's the point?"
Yeah.
I was just like Temperance. So quite like it. But I
Oh,
was
that's
looking
so
for
amazing.
alchemy for the point of view of alchemy with the two cups. Do you mean creating something? Because I don't
Yeah.
understand and I don't really get the whole let's be patient because it's a
Right.
card of Sagittarius. It's a fire card. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, if it was an earth card, you could understand the like patience part of it,
Be
but
patient. Yeah. That's a
you
good
know,
point.
I just go with and my
Yeah.
kind of default one's alchemy. But no, that's fun fact. Some tarot fun facts. There you go.
Aye.
Our least favourite
Amazing.
card was Temperance.
Fantastic. Um, I loved Rachel Pollock. I still do. Do you know what I mean? I still like go through YouTube and stuff, and I even attended some of her like her stuff that she did through Morbid Anatomy and that. I've still got the links.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Such
such
a
such an
wonderful.
amazing person. I'm
I
so jealous that you got to meet her in person.
Do you want me to tell you a story how I met Mary Kay Greer?
Go for it.
I feel so like I feel so weird, like or just name dropping all these famous tarot people. It's like your audience will be like, fucking heck at her. Who she thinks she is. So I met Mary Kay Greer and it was in 2019 and it was the first time I was going to the London Tarot Conference and she was the guest speaker.
Right.
And there I am, just get me and my friend Xavier, we get off our car for the airport and he went and get his Airbnb because basically me and him we went to London together, right? It was all very platonic, right? Completely platonic, right? But he was only allowed to go, he was only given permission by his girlfriend to go if he stayed in an Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right? And I'm like, I'm not being funny, mate, but I'm not that hard up, But anyway, we're no
Oh,
friends anymore. No. Mainly because I think she put her foot down and we weren't allowed to talk to each other anymore. So I get ghosted. So anyway, right, so he gets away and finds the Airbnb, and I'm walking along this street in London towards the hotel, and I've got my pink suitcase with me, my Cerise pink suitcase, and I'm all excited. I'm like Paddington Bear, going to the tarot conference. And I was aware of somebody like walking along the other side of the street, across the road. Didn't pay any attention, right? I'm just like focusing, right? So you get to the end of the road and it's like a kind of T junction. So I'm looking and there's a taxi rank and there's cars coming from everywhere and it's in Kensington. So the cars are worth more than my life if I was insured. Do you know what I mean? So it's like basically I'm terrified
Yeah.
crossing this road. So I crosses the road and then out of the corner of my eye, I noticed this lady and her suitcase gets stuck in typical one of the potholes. So she's like, "Oh
Oh.
dear, oh goodness." So I turned round and I was like, "Oh, let me help you." So she was like, "Oh, thank you so much," with an American accent, right? So I was like, and I was like, "Oh, no problem at all." And then she turned around and I hadn't really looked at her face. And she was like, "Oh, are you here for tarot?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And I looked at her and I'm like, "You're Mary Kay Greer." And she was like, and she's like, "Yes, I know I am. Who are you? What's your name?" And I'm like, "I'm married." And she's like, "It's
Oh.
lovely to meet you, Marion. Do you stay locally or have you come down from Scotland?" I was like, "I came down on the plane from Scotland." Fucking idiot. So, I'm pretty tall, right? I'm 5'11", right? So I always like to try and blend in. It doesn't work. You're tall as well. You know for a fact it doesn't work. When we try to blend in. So I was like, right. I thought I'll just kind of quietly go and check in at the hotel and go up to my room and wait in the text message for Xavier to say that he's back at the hotel and we'll go down because I didn't really know anybody.
Hmm.
Well, I knew Stephen Bright, and he was going to be there. So so I'm waiting, and then so me and Mary goes into the hotel and we goes up the stairs and that, and basically everybody and their granny were chatting in at this point. Right, it was as if a busload of tarot folk had get left, had get dropped off at the hotel. So I walks in and Mary's beside me. And I'm like, I'm in that kind of really weird position. Do you know what I mean? It's like and like she's talking to me, so I'm like talking and I'm like trying not to act like a total dick, right? And be like totally starstruck and try and
Oh,
be a bit
stop.
cool. I swear to God, Chris, right? It was like Moses in the parting of the Red Sea. Folk just seemed it just parted, and there was all these shouts, "Mary, hi, hi, Mary, hi," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, oh fucking hell," because it's like basically they're all like, "Oh hi, Mary," and they're like, "Oh who's that with Mary? Oh who's your friend, Mary? Oh who have you brought with you?" And I'm just like, "Hi." So
Oh,
that was how I kinda introduced myself to, the great and the good of the London and International Tarot set. Mhm.
amazing.
And it's like a few years later, this October, I'll be standing on the stage giving a presentation. So it's
Amazing.
aye, so I'm speaking at Manchester and I'm speaking in London, and then January, I will be going back to Florida to do StarCon again.
Wow,
I know.
that's so good.
It makes it sound
So,
really cool, but in between that, bear in mind, folks, I live in Hamilton, and my life isn't that interesting. It's like for 3 weekends or 4 weekends out of a whole year, my life's really exciting, and like
mate, you're a fucking superstar. Don't even try and dress it up. International superstar.
oh, stop it. Don't
Oh, stop it. But keep going. But stop.
please massage my ego a bit more, please.
Ah, that's amazing.
Oh,
Right.
it is. I'm
I'm
I'm very,
thinking that.
very lucky. I'm
Ah,
very
I
lucky
know.
with the opportunities I've been given, and it is. I'm incredibly grateful. I don't I don't take it for granted. Neither do. Superstar.
Um,
Are you talking about
s-
yourself, Jared?
um, I think so. I think I'm going to let these lovely people go.
Yes.
Marion, I'm conscious of how much of your time that I'm stealing as well. If you hang about a wee minute, we'll stop the live and you can fill me in on any gossip. And then I'll let you go as well. Oh, gossip from me. Never.
I have no idea what you mean.
Right, folks, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being very kind when I was emotionally raw earlier on, and Marion as well.
Yes, thank you.
Very much appreciated. We've enjoyed having you here. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.